everybody, welcome back to the Snagnito channel. Today I'm going to be reading a Belladonna trip report posted to erowid.org November 22, 2004, posted by Astral Perceptions, named A Trip I'll Never Forget. This trip occurred 2 years ago, in the summer when I was 15 years old. I researched a little bit about the plant. I found out that all the parts of the plant are poisonous, but I couldn't find any dosage information on eating the seeds. The main chemicals in this plant are tropane alkaloids, like scolopamine, atropine, and hyoscyamine. Many plants have tropane alkaloids like datura, henbane, and European mandrake, but Atropa belladonna is very high up in potency. So I ordered 1/4 ounce of the seeds online, as they are legal. 1/4 ounce comes with approximately 7,000 seeds. I decided to start off slow with about 50 seeds. These seeds are very small, like the size of poppy seeds. I wasn't feeling anything after the 50 seeds, so I jumped up to 200 seeds. I still wasn't feeling anything, so I went to sleep. The next day I decided to take another shot at it. I started off with about 200 seeds, waited about 2 hours and nothing was happening. I then took about 600 more seeds. I waited another 2 hours, I wasn't feeling anything, but when I saw myself in the mirror, my pupils were dilated almost to the size of my whole eyeball. Eye doctors use atropine to dilate pupils. I was getting mad because it was taking so long to start working and I didn't even know if it was going to work, so I just downed about 900 more seeds. Me and my 2 friends started walking to a firehouse fair a few blocks away to check it out. I started feeling my motor skills decreasing. When we get to the fair, it is about 7 PM and we just sit down with a few friends for like an hour, just talking and watching the fair. After about a half hour, I get up to start walking. My motor skills just keep decreasing. I think the ground is shifting under me, like in one of those funhouse type things. I keep on tripping, well I am tripping, but tripping over the shifting grounds. So one of my friends and I decide to leave because there are cops and I was getting very messed up. So we went to a park around the block. We sit on a bench and I decide to smoke a bowl of weed. I'm incapable of packing the bowl and I just get too tired to try anymore. So I put everything down and going in a corner by some bushes, I start feeling the leaves and taking bites out of some, while my friend is sleeping on the bench. I don't know how long I was sitting by the bushes, but it seemed long and short at the same time. I wake my friend up. She wants to go home. She doesn't know my part of the neighborhood well, so she asks me to walk with her. We walk down the blocks. I'm just walking on the sidewalks, trying not to fall. I start climbing mountains, which were really just cracks in the sidewalk. I then come across a mushroom on the grass. It looks so amazing. My friend yells to me, and when I look back, the mushroom is gone. We keep walking. We've been walking in circles. I forgot where we were supposed to go, but we finally made it to my house and we went our separate ways. While I'm at home in my room for a while, I come out into the kitchen to get a drink. My mother comes in and asks me who I was talking to in my room. I tell her it's my friend Dan, who was one of the friends I had over earlier. She tells me to ask him to leave or she'll call his parents because it's too late. I actually thought it was daytime, but it was really 3 in the morning. So I go back into my room, but I can't find him. My mum follows me around the house looking for him. I check the closets, in the basement. I thought he was hiding. I checked the backyard and said there must be a hole in the fence. Then he must have left through the back or something. Now I go back into my room alone for a while. My mum then comes in my room for some reason. I tell her I can't sleep because there are seeds all over my bed. She asks me to show her what seeds. So I start picking up nothing very carefully and putting nothing into my mum's open hand. She then tells me to go sleep in her bed, but I couldn't in there because there were too many seeds in her bed too. So I go back into my room again. After a while, I go into the bathroom and start playing with the hand soap dispenser bottle. I would keep on putting it in different shelves, putting it into my room, and my mum would just keep on moving it back. Later that night, my mum finds me hysterically laughing at myself in the bathroom mirror, saying that there is 3 of me. In the morning I am still very out of my mind, so my dad tells me to get in the car. We start driving and my brothers follow behind. I just thought we were going on an outing. We finally parked and reached a big building. I told my brother I thought we were in California. I then told my dad that I was a vampire as I sucked blood from my finger, which really wasn't there. When we got into the building, I was taken into a room. It took me about 15 minutes to realize that I was in a hospital. I started going nuts. I started fighting guards. It took about 5 guards and my brother to hold me down, but I just submitted to them. Because while the fight was going on, I saw a baby stroller in the room and I accidentally kicked it, making me feel so guilty, so I let go. I was then given a shot of tranquilizer. I forget what it was called, and was strapped down to a stretcher and taken into another room. In this room I could see out the open door people that I knew from my school, but they weren't really there. I was then seeing scorpion-like creatures crawling and flipping over each other on the walls. I also saw a laptop at the end of the stretcher and I thought it was mine, but I couldn't get it because I was tied down. I was then being pushed on the stretcher. A hole opened up in the wall and I was taken through a secret passageway in circles. Obviously, that wasn't real either, but I was taken to the ICU. There, the trip started getting harder. I thought that I was in a school auditorium and a game show was going on the stage, and I saw a girl next to me that I fell in love with. I felt the love running through my body. It was a blonde girl with no eyes. She was also deaf and mute, with electricity running through her completely black mouth. After a bunch of stuff I don't really remember, smoke canisters were thrown through the windows in the auditorium, spewing smoke all over the place. I then snapped out. I was tripping for 3 days. I blacked out for a lot of stuff, but my parents and brothers told me about some stuff that happened. I was put into a straitjacket that had ties from head to toe. I yelled and cursed at the doctors and nurses. At one point they had me wear a diaper even though I wasn't going to the bathroom. They didn't want to give me a catheter because they were afraid of what might happen. I had been given baths. I was treated like a baby because I was completely out of my mind and didn't know what was going on. My mum told me that when she went back home, she found a glass in the fridge with the top of a spray bottle on it. Also, the top of a soap dispenser was missing, and my brother found it in a tissue box. This was definitely the most intense trip I ever had, and I will never forget it. I might do it again, but not anytime soon. I'm growing it now to save it for the future. Overall, I ate about 1,500 seeds and tripped for 3 days. I didn't really know I was tripping. I was just taken to a different world, and all the stuff that happened there was normal. This report definitely leaves me with more questions than answers. I find it very astounding how he thought that it would be a good idea to consume hundreds and hundreds of seeds without really knowing what it was going to do to him. The next thing that I find very strange and alarming was that he was 15 years old and that he would do it again. Even though he was tripping for 3 days, he was stuck in hospital, he was worrying his parents, and just all round, like, it sounded like a Datura trip, but it didn't seem to be unpleasant to him. So I don't really have any comments about that. I don't really know how to say anything about that. Your life is your life, but I just find that absolutely astounding. Just for the record straight, guys, I don't recommend any of you take tropane alkaloid plants if you don't know your dose. It's very easy to die, and it's very easy to end up in hospital and to be tripping for days, and you could hurt yourself, you could hurt other people, and it's just all around not a good experience for anyone that has to try and take care of you, even if you think you're having a good time, especially if you're young as well. I know that these plants have historical use throughout shamans and spiritual people, but for the modern man, I don't recommend it. I think that you're plunging into a world that you don't understand. But anyway guys, thank you for enjoying this video, and I'll see you next time.